Max Verstappen is currently experiencing one of the most dominant eras seen in any sport by an athlete. His unparalleled performance on the Formula One grid has solidified his position as a force to be reckoned with, and he has no intentions of slowing down. He's just 26 years old, but he has already won 3 F1 titles. That's pretty impressive. So what do the former F1 champs think about Max Verstappen? Let's find out. Sebastian Vettel. A true heavyweight in Formula One history with an impressive record of 4 world titles and 53 career wins, reached the pinnacle of his success during a dominant 4-year stint with Red Bull from 2010 to 2013. Together, they created an era that stood out as one of the sport's most formidable, clinching both drivers' and constructors' championships in consecutive seasons. In 2015, the 35-year-old German driver parted ways with Red Bull, moving to Ferrari. This paved the way for Verstappen to step into the team. In a triumphant turn of events, Verstappen secured the championship for Red Bull in 2021, marking the team's first title since Vettel's reign, and successfully defended it in 2022. Vettel had high praise for Verstappen, stating, "Often you observe others and borrow techniques or think, I'll give that a try, or yes, I can do that too. But with Max, it's truly a rarity in my 15 years in the sport. He may come across as a bit cheeky at first, but that's absolutely okay." According to Vettel, Verstappen's superpower is his crazy good understanding of the car, awesome control, and super quick thinking on the track. The German driver commended Verstappen for bringing a unique and outstanding approach to the world of Formula One. 2-time world champion Fernando Alonso has been racing in Formula One for a long time, and he's had his fair share of ups and downs with other top drivers. But when it comes to Max Verstappen, Alonso can't help but give the guy a thumbs up. The duo has graced the podium together multiple times in the 2023 season, with Alonso often trailing behind Verstappen as Aston Martin posed a significant challenge to Red Bull's dominance in the first half of the year. Alonso recently spilled some interesting beans in an interview. He boldly said that Verstappen is the best thing to hit Formula One since Michael Schumacher, ignoring all the noise about Lewis Hamilton's accomplishments. When reporters asked Alonso if Verstappen is among the greats, he stated, "I've only raced side by side with Michael, but maybe, yeah. And in the coming years, he'll keep winning championships, so we'll be comparing him even more to Michael." Leaving Hamilton out of the mix was a bit of a shocker, but maybe not so much if you remember their rocky ride as McLaren teammates back in 2007, Hamilton's rookie season. Expressing his admiration for Verstappen, Alonso continued, "I like Max. He's a driver who just comes to the circuit on Thursday, dons a Red Bull uniform, races on Saturday and Sunday, leaves the track, goes back home, and is still racing on the sim or in GTs with his father, or just enjoying motorsport in general, but having a normal life." Alonso went further, saying, coming also from the Netherlands, a country with not much background of F1, he's still a very normal person, just loving motorsport, and he's very fast. I think his attitude and behavior here in the circuit is very normal, and I like these kind of things. Former F1 driver turned pundit Damon Hill reached the pinnacle of his career by clinching the Formula One World Championship in 1996. Damon Hill recently had some really nice things to say about Max Verstappen. He thinks Max is a different kind of special talent in Formula One, having won 3 world championships. According to Hill, it's now super tough for Mercedes to beat Max and Red Bull, and he even used the word perfection to describe what other teams need to reach if they want to challenge Max, the 3-time champ. He also took a deep dive into Max Verstappen's upbringing, highlighting how he represents the new breed of F1 driver. Hill remarked, "He's a new breed of driver whereby he started very young. In Max's case, his father was a Formula One driver, so he had all that experience of Jos Verstappen coaching him and giving him all the right direction." Hill is pretty impressed with Max's journey from a speedy young gun to a seasoned pro, and he believes Max is on the rise. Commenting on Verstappen's maturity and growth, Hill noted, "He's got a good head on his shoulders and is mature. He came into Formula One age 17 before he could even drive a road car, and was both volatile and quick. He's managed to combine his youth and speed with experience now, and he's just getting better and better." Hill continued, "The sky is the limit. It could be 8 world titles. There's a ruthlessness to it as well. Most people find it difficult to relate to that because, in a normal life, it's regarded as being selfish and unattractive. Alain Prost earned the well-deserved nickname The Professor for his intelligent and strategic approach to racing. Not only was he clever on the track, but he also made smart moves outside the racing car, always landing himself in the best cars at just the right times. All this brilliance led to him winning 51 races, more than anyone else when he decided to retire, and grabbing 4 World Championship titles. Prost thinks Max Verstappen is a genius because he keeps getting better and never messes up. As Max Verstappen sealed his 3rd title, Alain Prost, an F1 legend and former McLaren and Ferrari driver, lauded the Red Bull driver for his accomplishment. Prost highlighted the key attribute that sets Verstappen apart. In his piece, L'Equipe, Prost expressed winning a 3rd title is already something great. To win 1 in a row is even greater, because only a few great names have managed it. But I think that's what makes Max Verstappen so great and so strong, is his ability to be a great driver that he has been able to develop in order never to stumble and always to want more. Prost emphasized further, stating there is no doubt that he has succeeded in becoming a great driver. But what, in my opinion, makes him even stronger is the way in which he has learned to be one with the car and his team. Digging into Max's awesomeness, Prost pointed out that the Max we see now is not the same as the one in 2021. According to Prost, he's a great whole who strives for perfection every day. When you hear the driver complaining about the bad behavior of his single-seater during free practice on Friday morning, it's not the anger of the kid who used to make mistakes and sometimes ended up in the wall because of his impatience. Prost thinks that Max changed after the intense battle with Lewis Hamilton in 2021 and is now all about perfection and being one with his team. Jackie Stewart stands out as one of the most renowned Formula One champions. With 3 World Championship titles, he is a race car driver who achieved greatness through relentless hard work to establish his name in the world of motorsports. Stewart is convinced that Max Verstappen could snag every world title from now until he calls it quits, given how insanely good he's been driving for Red Bull. Stewart has some serious doubts about anyone overthrowing Verstappen in the near future. He mentioned in an interview, "It's hard to imagine at the moment, but people also thought with Lewis Hamilton that no one could beat him as long as he was active. It's even a little easier for Max to win multiple world titles in a row than it was in my time because there are a lot more races." Stewart acknowledges that Verstappen rarely has a bad weekend, even though he occasionally crosses track limits. Stewart applauds his skills, saying, "I don't see much room for Verstappen to improve. No matter whether it's raining, windy or hot, Max gets the absolute maximum out of the car everywhere." Verstappen isn't your average 26-year-old. He's been racing in Formula One since he was 17, so he's got a ton of experience under his belt compared to others his age. The future looks pretty bright for Verstappen, according to Sir Jackie Stewart, and Verstappen is on his way to being one of the greatest drivers in the sport. The young Dutch driver is making quite a splash in Formula One, and the idea of him surpassing the current record of 7 world titles held jointly by Michael Schumacher and Lewis Hamilton is becoming more and more conceivable. Now over to you. What's your thought about Max Verstappen? Let us know in the comments section below.